In 2012, BirdLife International estimated that there are 31 million North American crows in the world. If you go outside, there's quite a good chance you'll see a crow, if not a whole flock of them. But how many people realize the vast intellect hidden behind the unassuming appearance of these creatures? Hi, my name is Jacob Robles. I'm an ecology major and an avid bird watcher. I'll be going over how crows can recognize human faces, have demonstrated impulse control, and have shown the ability to learn how to use tools and manipulate human designs for their own use. Researchers were studying if crows can tell the difference between human faces. They did this by wearing a caveman mask while capturing and banding crows. While they didn't harm these crows, this left a negative impression in the crow's brain of this caveman mask. The researchers would later approach these crows wearing this caveman mask, and the crows would sound alarms, warning the other crows to stay away from them. It was also seen that the originally captured crows would teach other wild crows to sound alarms when they see these base caveman masks, even though they weren't initially captured. They also performed a control test where the researchers would wear a Dick Cheney mask and also approach these crows. When the researchers did this, they were largely ignored. This just shows that the crows were able to tell the difference between the caveman mask and the Dick Cheney mask and reacted differently. Like how the crows were able to recognize the human faces, they're also somewhat able to think like humans. Another study done by researchers was to see if crows were able to demonstrate impulse control. These researchers did this by rewarding the crows with more or better food depending on if they are able to wait. In the first test they did, accumulation test, the crows were rewarded more food after waiting certain periods of time. A lot of the crows didn't do too well in this test, but some of the crows did very well and were able to wait up to 10 minutes for more pieces of food. Another test that these researchers did was the exchange test. The crows were presented with a piece of food, which was then exchanged with a more preferred piece of food of the crows if they were able to wait a certain amount of time. Many of the crows did very well in this test. Like the crows showed the ability of impulse control, almost like humans, they've also shown the ability to use tools in a way that humans do. Crows of New Caledonia have shown the most intelligence in this aspect. They have been seen to be able to use tools to get tools to then get to their goal, which is usually food. This is a trait that was thought to be only found in humans and primates. I'll put a little video here so you can see what I'm talking about. Crows have been also observed to be able to use traffic lights as tools. What certain crows will do in Japan is they'll take nuts that are hard for them to crack, drop them in the middle of the road on a crosswalk, wait for cars to run them over and break the nut, and then wait for the lights to change so it's safe for the birds to walk up and get their food. In closing, let me say that crows can tell the difference between human faces and will show grudges against some. They show control over impulses, as can be seen in their experiments with food, and they use tools in a way that seems almost impossible for a bird. We pass by crows almost every day. Many of us probably think of them as just another animal. I hope I was able to show you the inner workings and intelligence of these crows' lives. It's no wonder these birds are so smart. They share the same brain size proportionally to that of dolphins and gray apes.